Each year that I come back to Worship Leader Institute, I gain a new skill. I improve on a skill that I worked on the year before. And my church sees the difference every time I come back. They follow better. They sing better.
I'm a 17-year-old, and so I came to the Worship Leader Institute as one of the younger people here. But it's absolutely an amazing experience. And so I'm really excited to go back to my church and implement what I've learned here already. And I just know it's going to make leaps and bounds of improvement.
As someone whose main fellowship is Spanish speaking, it's wonderful to be able to come here and realize that we do serve one God, and everyone has just been so helpful. The fellowship has been wonderful, and the learning, I mean, I don't think there's comparison. Even, there's no language barrier with me, but you can see how this would benefit anyone, any language, any culture, international, national. It's a great experience, and I would invite anyone that has the opportunity to take the time and do it.
I've been leading singing for almost 5 decades now, and really only informally trained, but love it. And I'm so grateful to Keith and all the Lancasters and everyone putting this together, because it could take us all to the next level to be a greater blessing to our congregations when we get back home. So thank you.
WLI has been a great learning experience. I'm excited to get out and use the skills that I've learned.
WLI is such an amazing place, not just to learn skills in leading worship, but also making great friends and collecting so many resources from many people around the world.
WLI has been a great experience so far. I've really enjoyed getting an opportunity to push myself, to further with the craft of worship leading. You know, whether you're a full-time worship minister or a part-timer like myself, I think it's a great investment in your faith.
I'd call it a life-changing experience.
I've just been super impressed at the quality of talent here, and both the team leaders, the instructors. It's just incredible the amount of giftedness there is in this staff.
Before I got here, I read some reviews and things like that, and they said this was a hard thing to do, and this was tougher than any professional class they've been a part of. I can say that is 100% true. You're going to be challenged. You go home and it's 11 o'clock at night. You're tired, but you're just happy and tired. So if anyone gets the opportunity to come here, it's just a thing to do. You should do it.
I'm very thankful to be here at Worship Leader Institute. I've learned so much of being a steward of God through our gift of music. I'm very thankful for Keith Lancaster, his family, all the coaches, and I encourage anybody who has a passion for leading worship to come out to Worship Leader Institute whenever they're able to.
Whether you're a worship minister, full-time, part-time, volunteer, there's a place for you in the Lord's work, and this will help train you.
This has been an awesome experience. It really has. Just the interactions and the worship alone makes it worth it. And those that are teaching it, they're amazing teachers.
For the last at least 6 or 7 years, I have been praying to find a conference that I could go to for my own growth and enrichment, and I found it. I've been a part of other conferences where I've been the one that's been sharing what little I know, but being here, I've found out just how little I know. So I recommend WLI, and I am the poster child and advocate for it, because it really can make a difference in not only just worship leading, but just in your relationship building.
This has challenged me to be better at things that I thought I was already doing well. Found out I could be much better. And this is something that I'm going to carry back to my congregation, and I can't wait to introduce some new things in my leading.
I come from a musical background, going to college to study music education. And one thing that's been really helpful about here is bringing out the energy while worshiping and encouraging others to have that energy.
As an introvert that maybe sometimes shy to get in front of a congregation, this has been really helpful. So I'd recommend anybody who is a little apprehensive about leading worship to come on in and learn some things.
What can I say? WLI, great experience. Tiring, very tiring. But, you know, there are some things that are worth it. It has been compacted and compiled in such a way that everyone is able to understand in their own on their own level. And I think this institution is a blessing to every single individual that has been here.
I highly encourage anybody that wants to lead effective ministry to come here.
This has been my 4th year at WLI, and I just wanted to say it's been outstanding. Every time I've been here, I've learned something, and learned something foundational to what we do at church.
WLI is such an unreal experience. It's incredible. It's challenging. It's unlike anything I've ever experienced from Australia. It's absolutely worth it. It's incredible.
It's a wonderful thing for us to be able to have the tools to take the higher road sometimes and to teach others.
But from an education standpoint, it has taught me more than I could ever imagine. And the humility that the teachers have, the patience that they have with me is something that I really, really appreciate.
They really put the why, behind everything that they do. They teach you the drill work, they teach you the mechanics behind it, but the big picture is the why behind what we're doing. And once you understand the why, it's easier to implement to your church.
But it is so rewarding. This is my 4th year, and I keep learning new things and new techniques.
If you're thinking about coming to WLI, I would highly encourage it. I learned so much year one and have taken it back to the church, and it's just infected our entire congregation in everything we do. I mean, not only for us as worship leaders, but everybody's who's incorporated into the service. It's just transformed worship in our congregation. So I would highly encourage you to attend and come be with wonderful brothers and experience amazing worship.
I'm a volunteer song leader. Most of the men that are here for WLI are worship ministers, but there's a fair contingent of us that are volunteer song leaders that are here. This is my 3rd year at WLI, and I feel that my song leading skill has improved immensely.
I'm a 2nd-year WLI student, and this year I am much more relaxed from the firm foundation I gained at WLI year 1.
WLI has really helped me from I've been in music education for 30 years, and come to find out there's a lot more but besides just the technical aspects of leading worship. And I've noticed that people have told me that they see my heart, they see me exuding worship, and it's really changed the culture in our worship assemblies. So I would definitely recommend WLI for honing not just your technical skills, but your leading skills.
I love just multicultural worship, bilingual worship, and this has been very encouraging. Just love the unity that this event brings and the training, but just loving that multicultural component. This has been very encouraging.
My elders always know when I've been to Worship Leader Institute, because they always get it. They get a charge, and church gets a charge when I get back, and so that's probably the biggest value to me. It's like an annual checkup I need.
Highly recommend coming to WLI as a group with other leaders in your congregation. It's such a great team building exercise. You're going to experience this amazing community dynamic that's going to be brought out in the material and in the fellowship, and there's really nothing that can replace that.
Being a part of this brotherhood, it just brings such a blessing to your life. And gives you an opportunity to be able to hear and see different perspectives.
If you are not here, why not? You are missing out on so many blessings from learning not just how to lead worship, but learning how to live a life of worship. Be here. It's so worth it.
That even as a very experienced worship minister, I did not know all the things I did not know. And it's awesome to come be around peers who will lovingly point out to you all the things that you've never even considered or thought to think about the way you do things. And that's been an amazing takeaway for me. You should absolutely come and experience it.
If you're thinking about coming, you need to come. You need to come, commit to 3 years. The first year, there's so much information hitting you right in the face. Second year is when most of your growth comes. And the 3rd year is refinement. By your 3rd year, this stuff should come almost second nature. It's a great program. You need to come.
Big thumbs up.
So I'd encourage you, if you've thought about coming, to come. Just come.
If you're a worship leader and you haven't been at WLI, you need to check it out. See what God has in store for you and for your congregation.